Okay. Hello, everyone. This is Misha Houston,
Are we live?
and we are live, I assume.
Oh, okay,
Now we are.
cool.
I think.
Yes, we're
Now we
live.
are. We are. I got it. I got
We're
the
on
link. Hold
Don's
on.
channel.
No, we're on Misha's.
Misha's, that's right. Okay.
Oh,
I
okay.
got
I
this.
see myself. Very good.
Relax. Let me link everybody.
Okay.
Yeah, and then I'll send links out my own stuff.
Hello, everyone. This is
I
Misha
got this.
Houston.
Okay, I
We
got
are
you.
finally live, and it's just been a horrible night for us here.
Hold on one second. Let people get in here.
Okay. Hello, Aaron. Maybe we can. Let me share it. Would you like to do your introductions, someone?
Sure. Hey, this is Jennifer.
Yeah.
Lady Wolverton.
Should I?
Jen? I thought you might have a little bit more to say after that. Yeah.
You can find me on Facebook as Jennifer Wolverton. Yeah, that is my real last name. And I accept, I accept friend requests from anybody that I can tell is a Game of Thrones devotee. And I would love to be your friend. I'm a good friend. And glad everybody stuck around to join us. Sorry we had such technical difficulties. All I can say is that I'm not really that technically inclined, and I made a buff. Hey Phil, how you doing, buddy?
Bran, would you like to make your introduction?
Oh yeah, sure. I'm Bran The Builder. I just about in every social media you can think of. You know where to find me. I'm everywhere.
Yes, and I'm Misha Houston. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We have Dawn in our chat room, and would you like to make your introductions, Dawn?
Yeah, man. I'm just hanging out in the chat room. Yeah, that's what I'm doing here. Now, Misha, Titty Queen, I am so happy to see you, my lady. I'm so happy to see you. It's been a
Wow.
long time.
Yes, it's good to see you again too. I'm glad you can take a little bit of time out of your busy schedule to be here with us tonight.
Hey, and Misha, I got to be honest with you. Thank you for always reaching out to me to make sure that everything's going okay with me. I really appreciate that. That's
And I wish you more, except for I feel like, I don't know, to me you're kind of a big time YouTuber, and sometimes I just
don't
feel
even
like
upload. I don't even
it's out of the way.
like. What are you talking about?
Like, I don't know, you're just somebody I used to watch, like thinking like I would love to do that. I really, know Game of Thrones, and I think I could do it. And I was trepidatious about reaching out to you. So that night when you texted us and was like, "Hey, can I be part of y'all's chat?" I was just like elated. You know what I mean? And let me tell y'all what else I did. I Phil Weiss, Phil the Issues guy, reached out to me, and I was like, "You can be on my panel anytime, open invitation." Because I'll let anybody who feels like they can, because it's hard to get up here and talk, because you get so much criticism. And
There's also a lot of.
I didn't realize how big he was, and then I go look at his channel and realize he's got like what, almost 100,000 subscribers. And I asked him to be part of my little ass channel, which is like nothing. And that's kind of how I feel about you,
No, I don't see why. I don't even upload anything. I'm not up there with.
Series just aren't my game either. You know, I can talk all day about Game of Thrones and I've read the books multiple times, but as far as theories, I just cheerlead my good friend Marie Hill.
Hello,
You know what?
Marie.
And
And Misha.
disclaimer. Marie Hill got invited about 6 different times tonight from me personally, like adding her to the chat, and you know Marie is very shy on the live streams, and
Yes.
she says that that's not her thing. But
We love you, Marie.
she wanted everybody to know that she was
Look,
watching.
Dawn, I have told her, as far as I'm concerned, there's only 5 slots in the live stream that I ever have because one chair is always open for her.
Right.
Oh, yes.
She's
I
in
want
the
to
chat
give a
room right now. Yeah,
Yeah.
Marie, we're talking about you. We're thinking about you, sweetie. Yeah.
yes, I want to give a shout out to Aaron Habig and the Red Witch and Rizos for sticking with us
Misha,
all this
You
time.
got some
Yes.
fans.
Red Witch, Aaron, I noticed that you guys followed us, to Dawn's channel, Misha's channel. Yeah, okay,
Yeah,
here's
we jumped
Pete
around.
Easy sending me a message. Let him know we're on your channel.
Yeah,
We made it a scavenger hunt.
yeah.
See if y'all would be able to keep it up.
Yeah.
Y'all
like,
did
hey,
good. Y'all win the prize.
Mhm.
It's like only those that pay attention can actually find us. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, strong survived. We have gotten rid of the weak ones.
Yeah.
Like I've said, this is a small chat, but a proud one.
Tonight.
Only the strong survive.
Oh yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
What, Misha?
Tonight's subject of our chat is Catelyn 1 of the Game of Thrones. We're
I'll be right back, guys. Let me tell
Okay.
Pete where we're at.
Okay. Yeah. For the people in our chat, we're moving through the books, and we're starting off at the prologue, and then we did Bran last week, and now we're doing Catelyn 1 of A Game of Thrones. That is our subject for tonight. And
Misha, I really appreciate the heads up that you did not give me about
I am so sorry.
chapter.
Oh, by the way,
But you know these books inside and out, Dawn.
Yeah.
And there's actually a big chapter that the Hypes Watch is doing tomorrow, but I've been so convoluted with work and everything, and there's no time to prep, none of that stuff. So Misha, I know it's really late night. Hell, it's 1:30 in the morning over here, so I'm gonna try and do the best I can to help you out and give you some support on this, okay?
Yeah, I understand, and I'm so sorry for that. I really didn't know that you were going to be on tonight, and if I had known for sure that you would have been on, I would have given you the heads up, and I'm so sorry for that.
No, I just get 6 different invitations all at the same time, you know, at once. I'm sitting on my couch, so I'll try and do the best I can, you know.
That's
And that's
no
all
problem.
anybody can ask of you.
Yeah.
You know?
Jeez.
I want to give a shout out to Phil H. Thank you so much. And Felicia. Felicia has made it on here. Thank you, Felicia.
Felicia Mod,
Yeah.
Man, Misha,
sweetheart. Love you, Felicia. This is Jen. Love you, girl.
Misha, I'm so proud of you. You got your notes.
Birthday, Felicia.
You got your little pad right there. Your little reference notes. Like
Yeah.
I'm so fucking proud of you, dude.
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Good.
she does.
Mm-hmm.
And I
Oh,
did
my
read the
God.
chapter before the thing, but I didn't make any notes. But I got to tell y'all, the first Catelyn one, it shows a lot about Catelyn and her views.
Mm-hmm. It's very much about Catelyn and her view of the North. You know, she is from River Run, which is in the Riverlands, and it's a very different environment for her. And I don't believe that she is quite used to it all just yet, even though she's lived there all her life, you know, half of her life, half of her marriage. But she, you know, is very much an outsider in the North. Everything is different to her. The terrain is different. The religion is different.
Even the gods would.
The gods wood is different. Absolutely. Everything is
She
different.
makes great pains. Sorry, not to interrupt you, Misha, but she goes through great pains to mention how even the trees are different.
Yes.
And basically, the gods wood at Riverwood is more of a garden.
There is no all of the
heart
trees. Yeah, the heart trees were all cut down in the south, but they're all were very much
Except for on the
maintained.
Isle of Faces, which does come into play when you think about the tourney of Harrenhal.
Yes, absolutely. All of the trees are cut down, you know, down south. There's hardly no mention of the gods or the old gods or of the gods wood. It's just like a beautiful garden. But here in the north, those trees are very sacred to the people of the north and to the wildlings as well. The redwood, it's the trees itself has this white bark with this face in it, and the leaves are inky red, like a red ink from an ink pen, and it looks as if the trees are crying blood, which is very interesting, and it's very frightening to Catelyn as well. It's very frightening to her. She's afraid to even go near the tree. Just for the look of it, it just frightens her so much. They talk a lot about the north, and she talks a lot about the north and the terrain, as you just said, Jennifer. And they also talk about, it also makes a lot of references to Bran, because yeah, hey Bran, what's up?
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, did we even introduce our main man over here, Bran the Builder?
I got my short intro in there.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to Miss Sandy of North in our chat room. Hey, Miss Sandy of North, nice. A new face. And she also talks about her children. She talks about Arya and about Sansa, her two daughters. And she also talks a little bit about Bran when they first received their dire wolves. Arya is in love with her dire wolf, and Sansa loves hers as well, but Rickon is very afraid of his. Seeing as he's so young.
He's only 3 at this point.
He's just a baby at this point, and he's very much afraid of his dire wolf. But it seems to me that for Arya and Rickon, the wolves are very much closely bonded to them. That I've noticed.
Nah, in the show, that shit ain't true. And Rickon's dead, and Arya is not a warg. Sorry, Misha. Just gonna shut down all your shit right now. No, but like, in the books, you're totally right. You're totally right.
But in the book and the show, and the show just doesn't give you the detail that the book does. Right. At least in my opinion. They also mentioned yes.
Make me a moderator, babe.
Who? Me?
Yeah. Aren't we on? No, Misha.
No.
Yeah,
Misha, make me a moderator, babe. You don't have enough moderators.
She may not know how.
Yeah, it just says add moderator. Yeah, you're now a moderator.
Click
Thank
the
you, guys.
Yeah.
And maybe Marie as well.
Marie. Here's Marie. Okay,
well, maybe you don't have any mods.
Oh, okay.
Jen, are you saying that there's shenanigans going on in the chat?
No, there's not at all. We have a good group in here.
Okay. Oh yeah, absolutely. I want to give a shout out to Cindy Sammy. Thank you for joining us.
Yeah.
We have a good nice chat.
Erin is also a good moderator.
Okay, let me make her one.
Yeah, I'm a bad moderator, so never ever have me moderate anything. I'm just
Marie, Erin, and me.
Well,
and Brian, if you like, and
I wasn't worried about it. Yeah.
Yeah,
but I mean, don't worry about it. But we might end up getting a few haters, being that we're competing with somebody.
Oh well,
who cares?
But it was not intentional. We always do Thursday or Friday at 11.
Yeah, we just kind of had technical difficulties, so
Hey, Cindy, Sammy.
It's 1:30 in the fucking morning. Who gives a shit if anybody's stepping on anybody's toes or not? Like, Christ.
We're gonna screw shit up. That's what we
Yeah,
do.
I mean, like, dude, and trust me, they're not. I'm not gonna
I'm
go.
sorry, Cindy, I spelled your name wrong. My arm, I had surgery not long ago, and I'm not worried about it. I know that everybody else started a chat right after ours didn't work out, and a few of us have history with that person.
Be right back. I'm choking on fucking weirwood. Be back.
Okay.
Asshole.
Yeah, that's definitely 100% what she said. Yeah.
Also in the chapter, we get our first glimpse of Valyrian steel. When
We do. He talks about ice in detail, which I think will come back in the books. I think she'll recognize the two swords.
Yes. Who? Sansa?
Oh, Lady Stoneheart will recognize Brienne's sword for what it is. One time ice.
Interesting.
Yes, we first get our.
She wouldn't recognize it from the melted steel, like the handle and the hilt.
She might, because she knew that the Lannisters did not have a Valyrian steel sword.
Right. Okay, that's all fine and dandy. The only thing that could distinguish ice from another sword is that it's black and the waves in it are red.
And
like that would like just
I guess you're right, but
okay, the metal.
Catelyn was always a very smart lady, and I guess she would have to figure, where did these swords come from?
Yo, dog, no,
and
that's
it is
dead.
in the very end of Dance.
Like
one of the things that gets her gall up is the fact that Brienne is carrying a Lannister sword.
She's got one thing on her mind now: killing.
Yes, fucking death, dude.
But
that's true. That's true. I won't disagree with that.
But I have to say, there is enough of her consciousness there to reason. She's not completely and totally gone. She knows, she can recognize people. She identified the Frey back in the Married Frey chapter, way at the end.
Well, Misha, the entire Brotherhood embraces her.
Yes. They all know who she is.
It's like you slit her throat from ear to ear. Like, do you remember that speech? Like, right before they just gave those pitiful phrases to her? Like, dude, that shit is haunting.
Miss Missandei of Knoth, you're damn right. She's gone, but not all the way.
Yeah, exactly. She's not gone. She sees what's going on here, and she knows what she's doing.
She's not so gone that she doesn't forget who her enemies are.
That's all she knows.
And she knows she has to cover her throat just to talk.
Yo, yeah, and like, dude, that's what they said. She had to grab her throat and gargle. Bran, what were you saying, dog? Like, I heard you over there in the distance. Yo, step up, son. Step up, son. I see you hanging back.
I just think she's focused on one thing, and that's death. Killing Freys and killing Lannisters.
You know what? And she almost parallels Arya's character. And I think that's the way they're going in the show, definitely.
Now, the only thing that I'm curious about is why didn't they put in Lady Stoneheart into the show? Like, that would be a whole different layer of shit going on, and they just didn't even try to do it. I don't understand why they.
That was the whole point of Martin explaining the whole fire white aspect. I mean, it's foreshadowing.
No, okay. The fire white stuff just came out like a couple of weeks ago. That doesn't explain why we didn't get
Catelyn. I'm going to be right back.
Like season 3.
D&D didn't know. I mean, didn't understand. I don't think they read the books. I think they just hopped on a forum, said, "Okay, this."
They read the books, man. They totally read the books.
I get frustrated.
They just decided not to do all that.
I'm a purist, and
I mean,
I know, but that's just like that just completely takes out the whole aspect of like Lady Stoneheart, Catelyn, like coming back from the dead and like everything. Like to even not even have her as a character in the overall scheme of things.
we didn't get Cold Hands. We didn't get Victarion Greyjoy. We didn't get Strong Belwas. Like, what the fuck else? Like,
Quentin Martell.
yeah, well, who the fuck
Eris
cares about
Oakheart.
goddamn poor Quentin? No, nobody gives a shit about that little fucking asshole. And he's dead, by the way.
Oh yeah.
And he's fucking dead, by the way.
Yeah,
But wait, my
You guys are getting me fucking heated, man. Like, ooh, goodness.
I just, the only thing that I don't understand is that Catelyn actually started off as a main character, so why not keep her character arc, you know? Like, why would you completely take out a whole character's arc out of the storyline?
She's a point of view character, sure. You know, but like, how many point of view characters have we actually lost? Numerous. You know, like, so, like, getting her brought back from the dead, and especially with Arya, in a warg dream, Nymeria dragged her out of the fucking river. You know what I'm saying? Like, and Arya had nothing, you know, to do with it, no knowledge of it, but like me and you, the reader, were like, holy shit, Nymeria just dragged Catelyn Stark out of the goddamn river, you know, like, holy shit, you know. And then Beric Dondarrion gives her the fucking kiss of life, you know, like, and technically in this world, like, it's actually so humbling and grounded. The kiss of life could be more of CPR than anything else, you know. But Catelyn, like, okay, all the Greyjoys and all the fucking people that drowned and everything, fucking no, there's no magical thing. They just literally got resuscitated, you know, like that's their shtick, you know. But Catelyn, no, this bitch was dead, like dead,
for 3 days.
like floating down the river, dead, like swelling up and like deteriorating in her body. You know, like this is one of the worst cases, like, in this entire series of fucking zombie. All right, like Beric. Every time Beric got resuscitated, it was like where he met his death. You know, like he would get cut down, but he would get resurrected. Like, Catelyn,
that was so much.
At this point, is a fucking demon, or like she should be. Yeah,
there was so much decay of her body. And there wasn't hardly any decay of Beric Dondarrion's body because he met his death right along with his life. He was resuscitated quickly. Yeah, death really changed her inside and out. Her body was changed. Her skin was like pudding, and it was awful. She was bloated from being in the water.
Swollen. Yeah. And her hair was falling out, and I really feel for her. Like, when I read that, I was like, her hair's falling out? I was like, wait a minute. Wait, what? I was like, no. I was like, no. I was like, dude, give Catelyn her hair. Like, let somebody have some hair. Like, Jesus Christ.
I mean, yeah, she certainly, you know, if Catelyn were a true woman, I'm assuming she would be very beautiful. A beautiful redhead like Julianne Moore. Something, you know, to that effect. You know, Julianne Moore with her long, beautiful red hair.
No, Catelyn, I wanted a Susan Sarandon.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Like a red-haired Susan Sarandon.
And she just tore up from the floor up with this one. We also go into the Starks and them being the kings of the North back in the prehistoric times. which is a really, really good thing to know. The Stark family is descended from kings. And they, even though they're not kings, they have that regal air about them. And they have a lot of seniority in all of Westeros because they are the oldest family in Westeros. There's been Stark for 10 centuries. And what?
What?
Yeah, never mind. Yeah, the Starks were the once kings of the North, and they have a lot of seniority throughout all of Westeros over all of the other families because they were descended from kings and they've been around for so long. And knowing that and seeing them be cut down one by one really, really takes a hit in the name of Stark. The Starks, used to be a regal family, and now throughout the books, they just become hostages and people to trade for someone else or dead bodies. And it's really, really sad. We also see Ned in the God's Wood. Oh, welcome back, Bran.
Yeah, I fell out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
Back
Yeah.
as well.
My own
Yeah.
fault. I slipped and fell.
Also we see Ned in the God's Wood, and after he kills a man or executes a man, he goes to the God's Wood to cleanse himself. So and as he's doing that, he's cleaning his sword and he's reflecting on the person that he killed. I think he even prays to the old gods in front of the God, in front of the heart tree. And what I really want to discuss with this one is the fact of Littlefinger's death in the show. It's a shame that we did not see that. We didn't see, the Stark children, all of the Stark children in the God's Wood. They reflected upon Ned, but they didn't go to the God's Wood to cleanse themselves as Ned would have done. And that's just another part of the show that, really takes away from the books. It's really sad that they didn't show that. I really would have loved to have seen that.
Yeah.
Good point. That is a good point.
Thank you so much. Also, throughout that chapter, we see Ned and Catelyn talking about Robert's arrival. He sees it as a good thing.
And she sees it as a bad thing because not only did they not have enough time to really plan,
but she
but
also
she seems it quite as a bad thing, meaning what does he want?
Yeah. And also,
she knows he wouldn't have moved his ass. It's been 15 years, I believe. I might be wrong on that, but I think it had been about 15 years since they had last all been together. Therefore, she knows he wouldn't have moved and come all the way there. You know what I mean? For no good reason. And she's afraid.
You're absolutely
And this is,
right.
of course, we don't know it at the time when we're reading the books, but we know later that it's all a big conspiracy going on, and Ned is ill-equipped to deal with this, as well as the fact that when Jon, speaking of this season TV show, when Sansa tells Jon, mother, that's how father got killed. I loved Rob. I loved you. And that's how they got killed. You've got to be smarter than everyone else.
Right. Yes, because Jon was as ill-equipped of this as Ned Stark was. You're absolutely right about that. And
exactly, a great warrior, yes, but warriors don't make good kings or good leaders, as we saw from Robert Baratheon.
Also, he pretty much got trounced. In regards to the show, he pretty much got trounced by Cersei in the great armistice.
He most certainly did. And for as much as people call Cersei stupid, she did have one of the greatest, not only schemers, whether he wanted to be known as that or not, but she had one of the greatest schemers as well as one of the biggest warriors as her husband.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
therefore she did, maybe people called her stupid, or he said to her one time famously, "You're not as smart as you think you are." But she did learn from him, as we've seen this past season in the show. Now I'm going back to show, even though we're doing book tonight.
No, that's fine. Shelley, what do you have to say about that? Being the show
Well,
expert.
well, sitting down and listening as to everything between Cersei and Robert, and how he actually taught her to play the game, I guess. Like, they did show that in the show, how Robert would tell her, like, "Oh, well, stupid woman, you don't understand how things are done," or something like that. So they did kind of have that emphasis in there as well.
For
Down and
instance,
kind of,
I'm
yeah,
going to give a for instance to what Shelley's saying. Her and
yeah,
Robert had a conversation, and one of the reasons Robert wanted Daenerys killed, especially after he found out she had married Khal Drogo, was because he said specifically, "We cannot defeat the Dothraki in open field."
yep, yep.
And as
But
we've
mind
seen
you,
from this year, no, they cannot.
it's kind of weird, because I don't even know if that had translated to Cersei inside the actual show. But it's actually Jamie who, after he had to deal with them and fight them for the first time, he's like, "Oh, hell no." And then you have the Unsullied there as well in, like, the end of the 7th season. So having both armies together compared to what they have there in King's Landing, it was gonna be a bad deal. So I mean, at least Jamie, he admitted that, and that's something that I seen, like, a comparison from what you guys are describing from the book and what they're actually showing in the show.
Guys, hit that like button.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry if I'm not more vocal with it, because I'm not
No,
used
it's
to
okay. We
hosting.
never say it, actually. It's something
Yeah.
I've noticed during our streams. We never really say things like that. But I know I've hit it twice, once from my phone and once from my computer. But guys in the chat, if you don't mind, hit that like button, because it it helps to bring our chats up, into the recommendation. And we do all of our chats. We're not on AdSense or anything like that. This is not for money. This is just all inclusive chat, because we all love Game of Thrones.
We have a question from Miss Sandy of Na. Can the Dothraki handle the cold climate to come? I think their fighting will be encumbered by the snow and cold. So
I
the army.
That's
agree,
a good
Miss
question.
Sandy.
Yeah, Miss Sandy of
Yep.
Na.
I
Huh.
agree, because they're not worth to. I doubt any of them have ever even seen snow,
No, they have not.
and
Let
they
alone how
certainly don't
horses
dress
would
for
actually.
it.
Hey, Jen,
Yeah.
how do horses fare between regular weather and then winter weather?
Well, I'm going to tell you what, and for those of you on the chat who don't know, I know we've got some newcomers. I'm a horsewoman. I used to rodeo and I own horses. Now, I don't know about super cold, like snow on the ground or whatnot, but horses tend to like cold weather much more than hot weather. Like, when you go ride a horse in the middle of August, you might have a bit of trouble getting the horse to do what you like. But horses really like to kick up and kind of rollick around in the colder weather. I know, me being from Mississippi, which is where my parents' horse farm is, they would much rather ride you around in October, November, December, February, as opposed to June, July, August.
Lay down on streams.
Say that again, Bran.
They like to lay down in damn creeks in the middle of November, soak you to death. Bad
A
experience.
horse's biggest issues are its hooves. Their hooves will get abscesses, and you have to be real careful about their hooves. And B, a horse is like a goldfish. It'll eat till it'll die, and it'll get what's called colic, where its stomach will twist up on the inside. So you have to be very careful about that. But yeah, they prefer cold weather to ride in, not super cold, not Antarctic style weather, but they prefer cold weather. But you have to be careful of overfeeding a horse, definitely, and you have to watch their feet. So you don't want their feet to be wet 24/7 or they'll get infected. And you need to keep their hooves taken care of. So a horse's biggest detriments would be its feet and its stomach. That's where they tend to have their worst ailments.
Wow. That's pretty cool. Huh. Okay. I'm sorry. I love it when you sit down and you have that kind of information, Jen, because a lot
Thank
of
you
that
very much.
I wouldn't have
I
even
didn't
known.
grow up with horses, but I'm 41, and at the age of 20, I got my first horse. And I read a lot of books, and I love to ride. But as some of y'all know, I had a bad shoulder injury, and my doctor warned me, ride at your own peril, because if it dislocates again, there's nothing, no cartilage to work with, so to speak. But will I ever ride again? I'm sorry, it's just in your blood. There's nothing like riding a horse at breakneck speed and jumping a brook. I just love it. It's kind of like, for those of you who haven't ridden horses, you know how you feel after you ride a really intense fair ride or amusement ride? It kind of gives you that I don't know, that little bit of something without taking drugs, that adrenaline. Almost
rush.
like right before a fist fight.
Let's see. Also in the Catelyn chapter, moving back to the Catelyn, they talk a little bit about the others and how Ned doesn't believe that they truly exist. But it is obvious now that they do exist. And, right back from the prologue. I mean, the White Walkers do exist. They have intelligence. They have their own language. What is that? Yeah, they have their own language. They have armor. They have reason. They have strategy, and they are coming south. Absolutely. You say, Jennifer, that you're an expert on the White Walkers. Did I miss anything on them before I move to the next subject?
Now, I wouldn't say expert, but I recently read a book, not written by George R. R. Martin or any of the people he usually gives. Like he gives Ilya and Linda leave. But I read a book that was, I have Kindle Unlimited and Amazon because I love to death that show Amazon in the Jungle. Y'all, that's a really cute and interesting show. I think if you don't have anything else to watch, there's 3 seasons of it out. It's on Amazon. It's, no, it's on Hulu. No, it's on Amazon. I'm sorry. I was mixing Hulu up. Handmaid's Tale is on Hulu. And while I like Margaret Atwood's dystopian novel, I didn't find it, to the letter, but nothing ever is. But anyway, the book is under Kindle Unlimited in case you get Amazon for like $1 more. You can read any of their books in their library, which I find worth it because I read quite a lot. I read about a book a day, y'all. I mean, 500 pages is nothing for me. But I found it interesting. Basically, what this guy has done is just compiled any information that he has come across. And Cindy, I hear you. That's how my mom feels. Either you ride or you don't ride. It's scary. It's scary to be on a 1,200-pound animal. It is. And I haven't ridden in years, and I don't know that I ever will again. Maybe my little horse Freckles. She's kind of low to the ground. But anyway, this book, you can get it on Kindle Unlimited, which if you already are a member of Amazon, I encourage you to pay the extra $1 and get the unlimited, especially if you're a big time reader. But it just basically has compiled all the information that is known about the White Walkers.
And what's the
And
name?
as we know, they have their own language. They have feelings. I mean, for God's sakes, they laughed at Waymar Royce and thought it was funny. I just wish we knew more, you know. And I'm not expecting to get a whole lot more in season 8, but I'm hoping that in the books to come out that we'll get more.
Oh yeah, I can't see them not naming.
I mean, they've got to have a purpose for why they're here, and they've got to have a reason that made them come back.
We have a comment from Marie. She said, Ned's eyes are closed to his own words. Winter is coming, which I think means is a warning that the cold, which the others bring with them, and yet Ned disregards Garrett and Catelyn.
I agree, Marie, but I think what has happened is they've enjoyed so much time of peace, and I don't mean peace in the realm, I mean peace against the White Walkers, that the oral histories has gotten kind of skewed. And they always say there always has to be a Stark in Winterfell, but I don't think they remember so much as to why. Which I believe is a problem.
What Stark says that though? I only remember Catelyn saying that.
Ned says it quite frequently.
Bran in the chat. Bran, you said you're waiting for me to get through the overview?
Yeah, I figured you were doing an overview of everything.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm not quite done. It was a lot in this chapter.
So I did not even a half cup of rice, and then Velveeta, and then I did milk at the bottom and melted it.
The one thing that I wanted to say about Ned being happy that Robert was there and Catelyn being afraid, she also took the dead direwolf with the antler in its throat back in the first Bran chapter as a warning, as a sign of bad things to come.
In the Godswood, that's exactly what she thinks. She's glad for her friend, but she kind of keeps to herself that she thinks it's a bad omen.
Yeah, she's smiling for Ned, but she knows that something horrible is about to happen. Absolutely. And and it goes right back to the prologue with the signs. I mean, Catelyn is a person who reads the signs. She reads the signs all the way unto her death at the Red Wedding. She senses things coming that other people don't. She's very, very good at reading the signs. Absolutely. The next part of the chapter is the Lannisters and Ned's opinion of the Lannisters and her opinion of the Lannisters.
Cersei's our next chapter for next week, right?
No, Dany is actually.
Who is?
Dany.
That's right. You're right. Daenerys. I looked at it earlier.
Yeah, we have a comment from Erin. She says, yes, she feared finding as exactly that. Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely, Erin. She knows how to read those signs, and she feared it just came completely to pass for her. Yeah, she talks about Cersei and her brothers coming, Tyrion and Jaime. And the Ned, she also talks about Ned and his hatred toward the Lannisters because they showed up late to Robert's rebellion. And that's pretty much it for the overview of the chapter.
I just want to say this real quick. Catelyn, whether she admits it or not, has a good understanding that all of this bodes bad things. Like when she said, the last time I kissed a Stark goodbye to go south, I never saw him again. She had kind of almost had second sight, though we wouldn't call it that.
No, I mean it's exactly what I said. She knows how to read the signs, and she saw the signs coming, before anyone else did.
Absolutely, Misha.
Hmm. That's pretty much the overview for my chapter. That's all of my thoughts that I wrote down that I can
If you
think
Let
of.
me
notice,
look and see if I have anything.
What
if you
did you say?
notice when she's talking about the werewood, she describes it as being alive. She realizes there's a sentience about it. And
Yeah,
Ned's sitting
and
there
Fran,
oblivious to the whole.
she even feels uncomfortable and has said she has never felt comfortable in those woods. And even though she lays down her cloak and sits on it, she feels as though the werewood is staring at her.
Hmm. Absolutely. I mean, and there is a lot of life through running through those trees and through those roots that grow underground. Absolutely. I mean, you see later on down in the books in the brand chapters, it's like an access to everything.
But
It's
Now,
sadly, it seems like Ned is more concerned with the feast.
with the
now,
what? The feast,
Misha.
More
yeah.
concerned about swinging the
Feast.
sword.
Like he knows that the king must bring a large retinue with him, and she certainly is. Uh, Ned is more concerned about the feast.
Yeah, with the silly superficial things. Exactly. What
Exactly.
and she can see
And I
beneath the
think that goes also back to Ned's character, that he expects everybody to be as honorable as him, and that's just not the case. You could almost say he's sheltered.
Mhm. Yeah, he
Yeah,
And
definitely.
he did his
He's practical.
yeah,
Nobody's seen.
practical, but
Nobody's seen these.
he
This,
did his
they're
he did
superstition.
his
They're myth.
fostering at the Vale, which next to the Starks is probably one of the most honorable uh, houses.
Yeah, he's never known anything like King's Landing or House Frey, where there's a whole lot of
Exactly.
scheming
Or
involved.
or or the machinations.
Yes, or the political aspect of anything. Yeah, the intrigue.
And he underestimates many people.
Hmm.
And like
Absolutely.
even Jamie has more of a sense of honor than most people. Like he got mad when his soldier attacked Ned because he wanted it to be fair, a one-on-one fight.
Hmm. Yeah, he has this sense of honor, but it's just buried up underneath all the crap, all the anger and the
Right.
pride.
But you know what? This final season, and I hope it bodes also in the books, we knew he was going to split from Cersei. We just didn't know when. But him going off, I mean, it does show. Jamie does have a sense of honor, even though he is treated poorly. Even though most of the people, as we know by secret, are bad, if not worse than him, if not less honorable.
Hmm. Yeah, I mean, yeah, he has his goodness. I mean, everyone has their goodness and they have their evil. The good and the evil is
Now,
within
still,
them.
there's no excuse for pushing a 7-year-old out of a window.
No, of course not. But I mean, ain't no excuse for him sleeping with his sister. But but it was beautiful when he finally left her altogether. It was
It
just,
was.
and
And
his
it's been hinted to, especially in some of the other stories, about royalty taking advantage of girls and then leaving them. Cersei killing all of Robert's bastard children. A lot of people could argue Jamie is one of the most honorable people in the story.
well, I mean, he only finds his honor to me after he gets rid of his sister. I mean, he had it.
I think he finds a little bit more of it after he loses his hand.
Yeah, and but plus with Brienne there, of course.
Brienne was the catalyst.
yeah, Brienne and
It's
losing his
also
hand really
very
did it.
hard to let go of something you're used to. Because what are we most afraid of in life? Most everybody?
Losing.
No,
That's with me.
the unknown.
The
The
unknown, yeah, of
unknown.
course. Hmm.
Yep.
Change.
But Jamie did get better. I really appreciated his story in Feast for Crows.
And I honestly, you guys, if you heard it from me, I honestly think Jamie, I've always thought this. I think Jamie could possibly be Azor Ahai.
Why do you think he's Azor Ahai?
Well, number one, I do think that Jamie and Cersei could possibly be the bastards of Mad King Ares. So that would make him a prince.
Well, that's interesting. I never, you know, when you think of Azor Ahai, you think of someone like Jon or Rob, but not Jamie. That's interesting.
You do. But also Aziz, if y'all have ever listened to some of Aziz and some of his friends talk, there is a good, there's a good argument about Jamie being Lightbringer.
Sorry.
Well, you know, Marie, me especially being lately where I've had to use my left hand a lot more than my right hand, it is possible.
Well,
I've had to eat with my left hand for these past months, and while it's hard, it's not impossible. I find myself using my right hand. For those of y'all who don't know, I had a major shoulder surgery at the end of, I think it was March, and I've had to use my left hand a lot more than usual.
That's what Danny did. Marie has a comment. She says, "Waking dragons from stone. That is what Danny did." Well, yeah. Well, that's true, Marie. I can't disagree with that. But also, Marie, before we move on to the next subject, her awakening the dragons was a miraculous event. It wasn't something that she did, you know, willingly. It wasn't within her power.
I have a question, Misha, when you couldn't finish.
Yeah. I mean, it's not something that
panel as well as chat. Do you guys still believe there's something hidden in the crypts of Winterfell? And I don't just mean
yes. Yes, Jen. Yes, I do. I totally believe this. Yes, I do.
And I don't just mean Sir Arthur Dayne's sword or a dragon egg. I mean something substantial.
Like the Horn of Dormont?
The Horn of Dormont?
Yeah, the Horn of Winter.
Perhaps even dragon eggs.
Wait, what about the harp from Rhaegar Targaryen?
Miss Mercedes of Noth, what do you think is down there? Marie, what do you think might be down there? Aaron, what do you think might be down in the crypts?
I have no idea, but they do need to get down there and look and see what is down there. I agree with you.
I think they will.
But I mean, it's in Dance of Dragons, it's a blizzard going on down there. So I very much doubt that their concern is to go down into the crypts, unless it's absolutely.
And I definitely think it was foreshadowed. This is very lightly. You're right, Felicia Feather. But I think, I think Dawn is down there, definitely. And I also think perhaps a copy of the marriage certificate. But I think something else even more significant, Rhaegar's crown. You know, they said they never found his sword. Perhaps Rhaegar's sword, perhaps even a dragon.
Maybe. I mean, I have no idea. I think it should be something down there. It should be something.
It's going to be something I think none of us expected.
I really like Sword in the Darkness's idea on it, and that being Rhaegar's body.
It could be possible, but didn't he die at the Trident?
Yeah, at the Ruby Ford.
Right. But, and they said they cremated him, but everybody, the body is just, okay, think Mad King Eddie. Would he want to send back the bones of Brandon and Rickard Stark?
Exactly, Aaron. Go ahead, Bran. I'm sorry.
Would he be one? Would Mad King Gary's be one to respect tradition and send back the bones of Brandon and Rickard Stark? No, he wouldn't. He would. I mean, he's already crazy at this point. He would not respect tradition.
No.
But yeah,
And here's another question. If the Night King makes it to Winterfell, we know that Bran the Builder built Winterfell according to lore, and that there are charms in place. Now, I believe he evaded the charms not only because of Bran passing the wall, but because he knocked it down and didn't technically go over it. However, there's a reason there must always be a Stark in Winterfell. And there's a reason that some of the stuff in the crypts is blocked off. And also, I believe there was a bit of foreshadowing in Jon telling Littlefinger, this is not your place.
Well, I mean, I personally don't think that, as far as Sansa goes, that they're ever going to make it back to Winterfell. I don't believe that. I think she's going to live her life right there in the Vale. And I wouldn't be,
you believe Sansa's going to live in the Vale?
Yeah, I don't think she's ever going to make it back there.
I believe there is something to the direwolf's name, okay? Ghost. Jon is technically a ghost.
Mm-hmm.
Robb was Grey Wind. Words are wind. Shaggy Dog was Rickon. He was, Shaggy Dog is known as a story that gets nowhere. Nymeria was the Queen of Dorne, the Princess of Dorne, rather, who never surrendered and who died of old age.
Mm-hmm.
Now, Lady, I think Sansa will be the Lady.
What? Say it again?
Yeah, Lady, the direwolf. I think Sansa will be a great lady, whether it's of Winterfell, the Vale, or even, you know, maybe Riverrun, if Edmure Tully doesn't surface. But the big question is Arya. Her direwolf's name was Nymeria.
She's going to sail west.
Nymeria.
For Columbus.
Nymeria, though, was the great princess of Dorne. And Dorne technically has no ruler.
She got there by sailing west.
So you're saying that she's going to sail away from Westeros, or?
Yes, she's going to sail west, like she said to Lady Crane in the show.
Oh, she wanted to go to the other parts of the world.
I get what you're saying, and I agree with that somewhat. But on the same token, I believe Gendry, Storm's End is notoriously close to Dorne. It was also supposedly in lore built by Bran the Builder and has certain aspects. And could she possibly not end up with him and not end up also Princess of Dorne? Yeah, where is Kraken?
She's going to sail west.
Kraken been gone for a while.
Like 95% positive of that. Because Nymeria took her people to find a new land. She's going to take off like
and it was Dorne.
And ended up in Dorne. She sailed west to get there. If you look at it through a history standpoint, the War of the Roses is what this is based on. The War of the Roses ended in 1485, 87, something like that. What happened in 1492? Columbus discovered America.
America.
Where's Kraken?
Yeah,
had to go.
For a minute.
Okay. Yeah, he's gone. That's all right.
I honestly think we might see Arya take over Dorne.
I don't know. Maybe. I mean,
I have.
We would have Sansa. We would have Sansa's Lady of Winterfell. She's already Lady Bolton, so she'd have the Dreadfort. She already has,
That's
you know, a good claim to the Vale. So that would leave Arya as Princess of Dorne, and then Gendry be given Storm's End. And
you're assuming these people are going to survive too. There's going to be a
I
lot
tell
of
you, I
ghosts.
don't think it's going to survive. I don't think Jon and Daenerys are going to survive.
In the books or the show?
Both.
Well,
Oh wow.
Danny's dead. Fuck her.
So much
And you
hate
heard
for
that from
Danny.
you
Oh my
heard that
goodness.
here. And I have not read any leaked scripts or anything like that. I'm just going by. I heard a long time ago that the names of the direwolves were significant, and so far it seems to hold.
Yep. And that's why I say she's going to sail. Because that's what Nymeria did. That, and then the timeline lines up with the history, what Martin has done. He's telling
Absolutely, Bran. I agree.
Okay, so then I have a question. So, does Arya actually train to become a faceless man in the books?
yes.
Yes.
There's supposed
Okay.
to be a 5-year gap. And in that 5-year gap, that's when Arya's training, Jon is doing his thing at the wall. All the people are getting their knowledge to be at this point. But he got hit the Myronese knot where Danny's in Meereen, and that really screwed him up. So he had to move people around. That's how he got Barristan over there. That's how he's getting Victorian over there. And it just really screwed things up. He had no point of view characters in Meereen for that battle, so he had to get characters over there, and it screwed up his 5-year gap. So he's having to do it a little differently. But she is in Bravo. She is training as a faceless man. She did go blind.
Now, okay, wait. Now, I have a question. Okay, do you think that the show might actually try to go back into the crypts of Winterfell, like when all of this, like, White Walker shit goes down, and maybe they might end up doing something like finding the Holy Grail or some shit down there? Like, I'm wondering maybe if they could still use that even though it's so late in the game, because
I
they
think
did
just
kind of.
skipped over that.
Well, I mean, the big story that's going on in the North is the White Walkers. They made it past the wall. I don't think they're ever going to go down in those crypts again. Not until after,
They don't
it's
have
all
enough time.
What about this?
This?
After the War of the Dawn is over, do you guys think that we'll see humans beyond the wall ever again?
No, I don't think there's anyone over there.
I don't even know what's going to happen, because after the wall breaks, what the fuck are they supposed to do now?
Man,
like, what do you do after that? Like, seriously, what do you do after that if you do survive? Like,
I mean,
fight, and then you move on. Like,
yeah,
that's the whole
or move to another place.
He's showing the difficulties of war. That's a major theme in the books. It's the difficulties of the war and how people rebuild. That's
okay. Now,
huge thing.
do you think that the fight for the Dawn would actually reach all the way down to like a place like the Citadel or over like Dorne or somewhere like so south of Westeros?
It probably won't go past the God's Eye if it does go
Okay.
that far.
Okay.
In my opinion.
Or or either move to another place. I mean, I can see people moving on away from the North. I don't think anyone would want to live there. Who would want to live in the North after that? I mean, if it were me, I would just move somewhere else.
Exactly, but remember that there are people who enjoy that.
Thank you, Aaron.
You know, just like the Vikings enjoyed the Northwind, they enjoyed that kind of weather and had learned to live in it. And, just like a lot of people say, Ireland and England, you're running out of land that you can own and farm. I mean, the gift of a bunch, if it's not the wildlings, which is right by, I don't think we'll see people in the land of always winter, but I do think it'll be a different thing, like, I think it's going to be different. I don't know that we'll even go back to all 7 kingdoms. I think it'll be maybe 7 ruled by 7 different people, but with one major monarch that they you know, is the major.
Mm-hmm.
Just like in old time England, you know.
Yeah. I want to say good night to Aaron, who's leaving our chat. Thank you, Aaron.
And I want to say thank you so much for joining us. I've seen you in other chats for years, and I want to just say a great honor to have you here. We know you're a serious fan and serious with knowledge, and thank you so much. You're welcome anytime, and you're welcome to be part of the panel anytime you wish. In fact, everybody in the chat, if you want to be on this panel, just let us know. We're not elitist, so to speak.
Yeah, thank you so much, Aaron, for sticking with us all night through our technical difficulties. Thank you so much, and good night.
Thanks, Aaron. Thank you so much. I will harass you another time.
And I'm going to get this worked out, whatever it was that was it had to do with my channel, Moni. Moni is a great supporter of ours, and we appreciate her so much. But I'll get worked out. It was obviously my computer, and we'll get it worked out.
Here's a thought.
What is it, Bran?
Back on the history thing I was saying, Aegon the Conqueror mirrors William the Conqueror.
I'm sorry, Bran. Go ahead.
You know, that's almost a given. Well, if you look at our history, 300 years after William the Conqueror, there's a big event that happens.
And what I'm saying is that, you know, like there used to be like the Pict, Catelyn, East Anglia, Mercia. England was split into so many different kings, and it was, you know, kind of taken over where people did rule their areas, but there was one king that they answered to, and I think that's how it'll be.
300 years after William the Conqueror was the Black Death, the plague, pretty much the beginning of fall of the feudal society. The White Walkers mirror the plague. They're going to come in and wipe out 70% of the human population. There's a lot to be learned from our history, about what's going to happen in these books.
Oh yeah, absolutely. He based a lot of the stuff. He based a lot of the stuff on history. Absolutely.
Yeah. Well, he's mirroring.
Absolutely, history repeats itself. 100%. Y'all hit the light. There's only 4 lights, and I know 2 of them were from me.
Yeah. Also,
I have to go hit a light.
If you read the World book, A World of Ice and Fire, it's a lot of repetition in that book as well. I know a perfect example. The Boltons. The Boltons were the Red Kings of the North, and they were completely and totally against the Starks. They betrayed them. They were known for their cruelty, and it just repeats itself all over again. And you know, in our television show and in our book series as well. So I mean, if you're looking to try to figure out what's going on and why things are, check out that A World of Ice and Fire book. To the people in the chat and on the panel, I mean, you can really learn a lot from that book. Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
Are there any?
I got it right here.
Say it again, Brandon.
Yes, I got it right here.
So I got The Lost Kingdom on Netflix.
All right. A few little parallels I've seen here.
Say it.
Bran, say that again because I didn't hear you.
What? The book? I got it right here.
Oh, okay. Okay.
That's all it was. Something I noticed, the armor of the others is it said in the prologue that it changed from like a white to a black to a gray green. And that's exactly. I mean, they say gray green needles in the God's wood. They use the same terminologies. For, you know, their armor, and then in the God's wood where Ned's sitting there cleaning his sword. And actually, I have a question. Why did it take Ned to finally build a sept? Why has it gone at least 300 years and not one Lord of Winterfell build a sept? He's not the first one to marry a Southern lady.
Well, I mean, Ned is a good person, and he loved his wife, and he wanted her to carry on her traditions. Now, I don't
Well, I
know
know,
why
but why
anyone
didn't
else.
somebody before him?
Yeah, before him, I don't know why. I mean, they're fiercely loyal to the old gods in the north, and I guess those other women just had to roll with the punches. I guess. I guess I don't know.
I got a couple more here. Where was that other one? Oh, okay. Ned says that Tommen was 5, and Catelyn corrects him, says no, he's 7. And that last time Ned saw him he was sucking on Catelyn's teeth, is the way he said it. Why was Ned anywhere around them 7 years ago? The last Greyjoy rebellion was 9 years before that. That was the last time that we know they were together. Why was Ned in either King's Landing or they before?
That's a good question. Could George R. R. Martin have made a mistake in his writing?
That's the only thing I can figure, is that he messed up his own timeline there.
Well, I mean, yeah, he has done that in his books before. He's messed up.
I mean, the Greyjoy Rebellion was in 89, and the book's set in 97. So there's an 8-year gap, but she specifically said he was 7, and he saw him when he was, still young. So
yeah, Maria agrees with you. That is true. It's very sharp. Yeah. Maybe it's a mistake by George R. R. Martin, or maybe he's remembering things, or misremembering things. I don't know. I mean,
he misremembered
like,
initially. He said 5 years, and she corrected him to 7.
Yeah,
and that still doesn't add up, or unless Ned had went back for some reason that we don't know about.
After that, the Mad King died, he just went and turned and went back to Winterfell.
Right, but then he did go back south for the Greyjoy rebellions.
Yeah,
and that was in 89.
That's interesting.
Yeah,
I'm not sure. Maybe it's a mistake.
I'm doing a book discussion in Hangouts with the group right now, and that was one of the things I brought up. That got brought up. I don't know if I necessarily brought it up.
Well, I have no idea. That's a good point. I might go back, in the Catelyn chapter and try to figure things out. I mean, he has a very vivid memory. I've noticed that about Ned. He's very sharp when it comes to the details, of the past. So maybe it could be a mistake, or maybe maybe it's some part of him misremembering. But he's known to be very, very sharp in the details, and when it comes to his memory.
So is Catelyn. I mean, she right on it. She would know the kid's age. He's the same age as Bran, she says. Mm-hmm. And so that just it hit me as odd. Why is there a missing year or two there, or something has happened we don't know about?
Marie says, I think George R. R. Martin went in a different direction and lost that thread, or has it yet to be revealed?
Mm-hmm. Could be. I was wondering if it might be something we just don't know about yet.
Miss Sandy of Now says, I read the books and I don't pick up all these little intricate details. Yeah, you gotta be sharp about it when you're reading these books, Miss Sandy.
Well, absolutely. Something else I noticed when she's reflecting on the stag and the direwolf, she right in that same. I mean, the next line she talks about how her stomach coils like a snake. The very next line. I mean, that could be some dragon foreshadowing. Serpent.
But the snake. Who are the snakes? The Dornish.
Or yeah, it could be
But
that.
the
But
snakes.
I always immediately associated with serpent and dragon. That's just me though.
Maybe. But my thinking is it's just she's getting sick. I mean,
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be a literal thing. I
Oh,
mean,
I know. I mean, the animal imagery right there in that one paragraph is what I was more getting at. I mean, we know that the stag and the dire wolf were foreshadowing. He could have used any kind of other descriptor, but he had to use coiled like a snake, the very next line.
yes, of course. I mean, and Marie says it has something to do with the Dornish, but me, I just personally think that it is just her, that sign. She's picking up on the sign that thinks something terrible is about to happen. And, especially in that red wedding, she physically gets sick. Her heart, starts to beat, and she physically feels it coming. And I mean, I just think it's just another one of the signs that that something terrible is about to happen, that her world is about to be turned upside down and twisted around like a snake. But I mean, I just feel like it's just a sign of bad things to come. And
Well,
Ned,
and oh, go ahead. Sorry.
and Ned, he's completely oblivious to the whole thing.
Yeah.
He's as Jennifer said, he was very sheltered. He lived a very sheltered life. And in the Erie, when he grew up in the Erie. Oh, there was another part. The Erie is also mentioned as well. And the Erie is way high up in the sky above everything, and there's a little bit of a safety in that and a sheltering in that as well. So when he finally gets to King's Landing, he's completely out of his element.
Yeah. And one last little thing I noticed was she described the heartwood or the God's wood as the green wood. I'm not real sure why. I'm going to be watching for it as I read through again. But she says it says and his own gods were the old ones, the nameless, faceless gods of the green wood. They shared with the vanished children of the forest.
Yeah, they are. Yeah.
Why she used greenwood though?
Okay. Sorry, Bran. I want to say goodnight to Felicia. She said she got people in her house, so
good night, sweetheart.
Good night.
Happy belated birthday, sweetheart.
Thank you for coming.
Yes. It's always a pleasure to have you because we know that you know a lot about this and we enjoy.
Does anyone have any questions in the chat? If there are any questions in the chat, please post them now. I don't think we have that many people left.
We don't.
No, I know.
But
Marie.
You know what? The group we had was very nice and also very learned as far as this goes. So I really appreciated that. Like I said, it's not quantity, it's quality. And we're not a large chat, but a proud one.
Please put your questions in the comments. Does anyone on the panel have any questions or any observations? Shelley, you there? Is Shelley there?
I wanted to pray, whether you pray to God or whoever you pray for, just pray for Shelley and also Dawn. They've been having a hard time. Let's pray for
Wait. Can you guys hear me? I'm still on.
Yes.
That they, get a little bit better than what they have got. They deserve it. They're good people.
Mm-hmm. Are there any questions on the panel? Or any questions in the chat?
You guys kind of lost me towards like the last half right there. I was like, oh shoot, you guys went down a rabbit hole I couldn't even keep up with. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's
I
okay.
went on book.
$5 per, which 7.5 for pay bills is not unusual, and
Oh my God.
5 next is not unusual. And
Thank you, Cindy Sammy, for the points. You say, I like the points we raised. Thank you so much, Cindy. I really, really love the book series because you can always read again and see something that you missed.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing with the group. Actually, a lot of y'all in here are in that group. We're going back through just examining whatever we can and catching, and we're discussing. We're doing exactly this, but in a chat room instead of over a video.
Yeah.
Also, Bran, you can also invite them onto our chat maybe next time if any of them want to come in.
I invited everybody as well.
It's Aaron and let's see.
That's
Aaron,
one of the things I love about our channel. If you want to start off here, and I find like Misha, I started out with more subs than you, and you've surpassed me. I have no doubt that it has to do with you also do, different shows that some people aren't into Game of Thrones. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm glad for you. I'm in no way jealous.
Oh no, it's nothing to be jealous of. I mean, I do other shows.
Absolutely. Because you also turn people onto Game of Thrones. I'm just saying, sometimes my channel in particular is a good jumping off point. So if you feel like you want to do this and you can do this, and I remember having that feeling myself, but you're afraid, we make everybody welcome, and nobody, like Shelley, she's only a show watcher, and that's fine. I never try to make anybody feel like we know more than them. And if you want this to be your jumping off point for possibly getting into your own or just getting into a chat, please let us know. We'll be more than happy to have you. Do any of y'all have any objection to that?
Well, I do, because Bran will turn around and force me to read this book eventually.
Read the damn book.
See, I have objections right there. I have objections.
I have sent her the books like 6 times.
Yes, you have. Yes, you have.
Read them. Even if you just go on to, you can turn your phone on one night.
She has them.
And just listen to the Roy Dotrice version. You don't have to read.
I know. I can listen to them, but then. What did he say?
Good night, Miss Mandy.
I want to say it too. Good night, Mandy.
Good night, Mindy.
Much for spending your time with us.
To our
we really appreciate you.
Marie, I think you're the only one left. Next to Cindy Pammy. If you have any questions, bring them on now, because I think we might have to shut this down very soon. Oh, hey, we finally got
Marie, like I said, there's always an open. We always try to only invite 5 on in case you decide to jump on.
And I've already said that if we have too many, then kick me off and put Marie on.
And that's fine. And also, you and Dawn are cool. And we even had said to him tonight, you didn't think you were going to be able to come on. But he was like, oh, welcome back, Dawn. But he was like, no. But, he's a good guy. And, we always have to remember, just because you take a couple hours to do this, it doesn't mean that your grandmother didn't just die, or your mom's not deathly sick, or you're having marital problems, or hell, you're living in a shelter, or just lost your job. People don't know. I'm in pain a lot of time, but I get my ass up and do this because it's a part of therapy almost. So you guys, Just love y'all so much. And anything y'all need, text me. And I'll help you in whatever way I can. And I meant that, Shelley.
I know, Jen. It's all right. You're okay. You're good.
All right. And like I said, me and Kraken, and we hadn't included Misha yet. Dawn, I think you live in Tennessee. I mean, Bram, you live in Tennessee, right?
Florida.
Florida. Well, we could all get a cheap ticket to Las Vegas. I think you can get one sometimes for $99. And we could get a cheap hotel room, and we could have our own little con, so to speak.
You know what, Jen? Anytime you want to have your own little personal con. I mean, yeah, but we just go to Vegas. Yeah. Hook up.
Yeah, and we could get hotel rooms cheap.
Honestly, I won't even. No. Wait, I won't even joke. There is a way that you can create your own convention out here in Las Vegas. Like, you go through the convention center board. Like, it's a board of people, and you tell them what the convention is for. And
I think we could actually do that. And you guys know I used to be in promotions. So I'd be perfect at that. And I also know somebody who owns a screen printing shop who owes me big favors. I could get shirts.
We should do a Shelley con, or like a Shelley promotion.
Most definitely.
The only thing that I would promote is just my fucking shirt.
We're too old.
My shirt. Sorry, I'm cussing.
We're too old to get butt hurt. We all have something in common, and we all have problems. The best thing for us to do is to be good friends and help each other and be there for each other.
Well, also shout out to Shelley with literally everything you're going through. That's
yeah, Shelley's going through a lot.
Yeah.
No, you guys, it's okay.
Yeah,
And Shelley, if I can't send much, but if I can send you $50 or $100 next month, if it'll help you, please let me know.
Okay.
Well, y'all girls work that out on offline.
I think we could all afford to send Shelley $10 to $50.
Right. You know what, Jen?
She's got two girls to feed.
Why don't you do like a GoFundMe or something for Shelley?
Maybe we should. Maybe we should do a GoFundMe for Shelley
to help her get offline, though.
Okay. Well, in the chat, Dawn, after we say bye to everybody. And let's talk about it. What?
Sure. What?
Okay.
Jen, stop yelling at us. Stop it. Stop it, Jen. Stop yelling at us.
No, but she's yelling at her husband.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, that was just hilarious.
My headphones in. Jesus Christ, he's yelling at me like I'm a child.
Okay.
Bring me a set of your headphones, please, Beck. And I'll admit that my voice carries.
Mm-hmm. And you get extremely excited, Jen. Like you start yelling at people. Like even though you're talking to them, you start yelling at them.
I don't mean to. Just like that time you said, I can't believe a girl with a Lannister poster in the background is yelling at me.
Yeah. Dude.
You know, when I'm in a bad mood, sometimes I think about that. I know you were just kidding with me, but it brings a smile to my face.
Dude, hey, listen here. Marie said it's almost 4:30 p.m. Saturday there. And all of us degenerates, it's almost 3 o'clock in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, like, holy shit.
She's holding out lottery numbers, damn it.
Yeah, I know.
What the fuck are you talking about? It's still Friday night. Like, I've still got 13 more minutes.
And I'm
for
serious.
it to be Friday night.
I love all of you guys. Some of you more than others, but I love.
What do you mean you got 13 more minutes? Like, before the street lights kick on, before your parents fucking tell you to get back in the house? Like,
before midnight. She's
Yeah,
Vegas.
no shit. Like, jeez.
Don, thank you so much for joining us tonight.
Hey, no, I'm sorry about being absent. I had a phone call. Somebody, I thought somebody was coming over, but we talked on the phone, you know, for hell, like 45 minutes almost.
And if we could get Marie on a plane, though she's deathly afraid of them. I tell you what, Marie, I watch Australian TV looking for Adelaide.
Australia,
Everything's
she's
trying
hard.
to kill you there.
Like she's a shield wife, like, or a shield maiden. Like, oh my god. Like, she walks out and fucking kills spiders that would kill her. You know? Like,
Yes, she does.
Wait, who kills spiders? I need to turn around.
Are we still live in the broadcast? And maybe Marie will pop on. In the thing, and Marie, why don't you pop on here and talk?
No, you know she's a little passive about the.
No, she's saying in the live stream.
Yeah,
that's what she's saying.
Yeah, I meant in the live stream and talk with all of us.
Well, I mean,
yeah, when we end it.
My dream is to meet up with all of you guys.
Then we could invite Marie if she wanted to, you know, come on. After
and if you guys ever want to come to New Orleans, it would be easy for us all to get to Houston, Las Vegas, or New Orleans. The flights are cheap.
Yeah.
Yo, and Marie, I know you live in Australia, and I love you. I love you to death. You're like a big mom to me, but I'm never coming to fucking Australia. Like, it's asinine. Like, the fucking kangaroos can fucking scratch you and poison you. What the fuck?
Kangaroos aren't poisonous. Wait, what?
Yeah, dude, like, kangaroos will fucking scratch you and poison you. Like, they're fucking,
well, Marie, we were gonna go off live and just have you on the panel talking with us.
Good God. Marie, I love you. Call me anytime, sweetheart, but sweetie, I am not fucking coming to Australia. Like, your spiders eat birds in Australia. Like, it's fucked up. Yeah, it's completely fucked up.
That sounds like Hawaii, yo. Like, there's places in Hawaii where
hit the like button.
Are huge.
No, and like she knows I have a
Shelley, hit your like button
in my fucking heart for Australia. It doesn't make sense to me.
Bran, hit your like.
I have.
Yeah, I'm the only one that has. It'll keep me out.
So you've hit the like? Because I hit it twice.
Refresh.
Say what?
Refresh.
What are we doing?
Trying to get the likes up.
I just don't understand why the people in the chat didn't hit the like.
Hit your refresh.
Oh, we got 10. We got 10 likes.
Oh, well then it did. It was just me not refreshing. That was every single person in the chat. Thank you all.
Yep. The only one left is me because I can't do it or else it'll kick me off.
I understand, babe.
So I'll get it afterwards, okay?
Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
And Misha, you now know how to do live streams on your channel.
Yes, barely.
So we'll alternate.
Yeah, barely.
Hit me up on the side. I'll walk you through with some more of it, okay?
Don, I need you to help me figure out what the F is up with my computer. Otherwise, I'll have to spend like 3.
Spontaneous spur of the moment because earlier this evening you just would not listen to me.
It's not that, sweetie. I just didn't understand.
Okay. I got you. Okay.
When it's just us?
Help. Help me, Misha.
Yeah. What's that you drinking on, Don?
Who, me?
Yeah.
Whiskey and Sprite.
And I have had a few pain pills because my shoulder is killing me. You
and
also
I've
have
had
to
a
understand that, Don.
So
it's hard for me to reach my computer without my shoulder killing me.
That's your own fault, Bran. You're supposed to turn around and get high. What the fuck is wrong with you?
Shelley's our fucking cornerstone head. Yeah. Fucking
Yes, I am. That's why for like a minute I kind of dipped out because like the wear-net just kind of got me for a minute, and I was going. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry. I won't even lie.
That's okay.
I was going. I was going.
Shelley dipped out. She's like, "Yeah, man, I hit the bowl," and then we started talking about time traveling Bran, and I just checked out.
No, like Bran was actually talking about something like I forget what the hell he was talking about. Like it was like around like his second question of some shit going on with like I think it was like Ned or something. Yeah, and then like when you started talking timeline shit, I went on a whole different timeline. I was like, where the fuck? Yeah. So that was kind of
timeline fucked up in Catelyn there. Done.
Yeah.
Bran the fucking faceless man over here. Like, do you even see yourself, dog?
No.
Yeah, exactly.
And Cindy Sammy, like I said,
all up in shadow.
anytime you want to be on the panel, you're more than welcome.
Bran, you're like, oh, there you go. Like you're kind of out of the shadows. You're half in the shadows, or not.
We really try to be, Cindy. We try to be just real. We're all real people with real issues.
Yeah.
Darkness.
I've been going through a lot of depression since my grandmother died and my surgery. And I'm sorry, y'all. Do y'all realize that for the past 3 weeks, the only thing I've done of any consequence is just get my ass up to be in our chats?
Well, Jen, as few times that we've talked, I'm actually if you feel that way, I'm really happy to have been a part of that.
I'm glad you are too. I know you're going through your own things. Everybody goes through things, you know. But seriously, I'm trying to work my way out of it. I'm not ashamed to say I have depression, and I was going to therapy, and my insurance quit paying for it.
Why don't we?
But I need it.
Oh, we have excuse me, Jennifer. We have a question from Sammy. Oh, will Bran become the Night King?
No.
I think either him or John will.
No.
There is no Night King. He's non-existent.
What is it, Bran?
There is no Night King. He's
no. I think Bran. I really think it will be Bran because he's already kind of being trained.
Well, let me tell you where I'm getting that John might be when he killed the what's his name I'm looking for? Thon, the one who was at the Night's Watch because he supported the Targaryens, and he said, "Lord Snow, you'll be fighting their battles forever."
Bran, was that Alistair Thorne?
Yeah.
Yes. Thank you.
It's Alistair Thorne. Well, that also implies that was foreshadowing of his resurrection.
Right.
Too. I don't think he's going to leave the Watch.
But that's the thing about this book and the show. It can be taken in so many different lights. You know,
took over Stannis' storyline there because they just fucked Stannis over.
Oh yeah.
He took over Stannis' storyline. Jon probably isn't leaving the Watch when he's resurrected.
Who can invite people in the chat?
I can.
Invite Pete Easy. He texted me saying he couldn't find us.
Okay. Okay. Pete Easy.
I think it's Pete Easy or P. Easy.
Yeah, I see a Pete Easy here.
I was like, be easy. I was like, fucking, that's like the.
All right.
But even Atlanta is easy to fly to. New Orleans, Atlanta, Houston, and Las Vegas are major hubs.
Yo,
we should all get together.
Cindy Sammy says, I need to read the books.
You and me both, Cindy. Oh my God.
Cindy, that's the thing about this chat as well.
Shame on all of you. Good
Shelley has not read the books.
Oh my!
I haven't, and I'm such.
Get with me
doing?
after, Cindy. Get with me after. I send them to you.
Okay.
No, Bran. Oh my God! Always trying to pimp people out with the audiobooks, man.
Hell yeah, I'm thrilled.
Maybe Bran. I already sent the books to her. She ain't interested.
Okay.
See,
Yeah.
it doesn't work all the time. It doesn't work all the time.
Dog. All right.
It's pissing me off. I do this one fucking day a week.
But no, you don't have to. You don't have to if you don't want to. It's up to you, man.
Yeah, just like we have people in the chat who have not read the books. It's okay to just have a TV watcher.
Yeah.
I mean, I know there are certain people who are snobs who automatically turn you off because you haven't read the books, and I don't want to be that way.
No.
Yeah, I'm a fucking snob because I fuck with Misha, and if you don't fuck with Misha, fucking, I'm turning my nose up at you. I'm like, y'all just a bunch of dumb bitches.
I'm so sick of Russell being a dick because I do this once a week. I'm moving.
Jen, we do this every day. It's a daily grind.
No, it's my husband yelling at me.
Okay. Do you want to end it for the sake of your husband?
Misha, it's actually on your channel.
Oh yeah, it is my channel.
Yeah, so it's up to you. It's up to you, Misha.
It's up to the Misha.
Okay. I don't want to upset your husband.
To the fucking titty queen herself.
All right. Well, I guess maybe we should just go ahead and end it for tonight.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, I don't want to get, especially at Jennifer's house.
Yeah.
Because I know she gets kind of loud, and I don't want her husband coming in.
Hey, man, you know what? If he needs to know who fucking Sir Arthur Dane is, I'll fucking educate him right now.
He is a show watcher as well, and I would like to have him on the chat one day, Russell.
Yeah, well,
that would be nice.
That would be really nice if he ever has the time to come on for a little while. I would really like to chat with him on there. I think he would be hilarious.
I would also like to chat with him about how bad he's.
I actually asked Phil, the issues guy, and he said he would join one of our chats.
Yay! I love Phil. He's like such a pimp. He's a part of the group, the Discord group, and Phil the Issues guy really does have issues. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful thing.
He wrote us
He's a nice guy.
song.
He reached out to me because he had heard that I had, a lot of health problems,
He wrote our trivia song.
Wait,
He's
you
a
guys
very
have
nice
a
guy.
song?
Yeah.
And he had particularly said during the off season he would be more than happy to appear.
Okay.
Let me see if I can play it.
What are you talking about?
Our trivia song.
The Issues guy and the trivia song that he made.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
No, I don't think I have it. Maybe this.
Okay, well.
Hold on. Yeah, here it is. I don't know if it'll play though. Can you hear that?
No, Brandon. No. We don't hear a goddamn thing.
Oh. All right. Well, Mish, how do you feel about killing it?
How do I feel about what?
How do you feel about killing the stream?
Whenever y'all are ready, I'm good.
Okay, well, listen, this is all I want to say.
Yeah.
Brian, you're going to be a regular, right?
I can be, yeah.
Okay. And then we have Misha and Shelley. Dawn, I'd really appreciate it if you'd be a regular.
Oh,
I know sometimes you just don't feel good, and I understand that because I go through my own things, but...
Jen, he's not on right now.
Whenever you can. Oh.
Yeah, I know. We'll talk to him later, okay?
I didn't know he
Brad, are
said
you
bye.
there?
Yeah.
Okay. What did you have to say, Jennifer?
I just wanted him to be a regular, along
Okay.
with me, you, Shelley, and Bran. That gives us 2 girls and 3 guys, and then also the open spot for Marie or a guest if Marie says no.
Yeah, it'll be 3 girls and 1 guy with Brand if he is willing.
But I think Don would probably be a regular when he's in the mood, when he
Yeah.
feels good.
I like
And
the
we had a
mods.
lot of new people tonight. Like Erin is always in Phil's chats, and she's a moderator in those as well. That's why I told you to make her a moderator.
Okay.
Let's end it and then we'll discuss this.
Yeah.
Okay.
I
Okay.
vote to end it.
Okay, let's do our outros and then that'll be it. Thank you everyone for joining us in our live stream. I want to give a shout out to Cindy Sammy because she subscribed to my channel. Thank you, Cindy. Thank you to Bran and to Shelley and to Don. If he ever comes back, thank you so much for coming on, and thank you, Jennifer, for getting me to do this. I so enjoy these live streams.
I do too.
And also,
And I'm glad you learned how to do a live stream that way in case my computer, because I don't know. Listen, it's been real tight around here right now, and it's usually at least $100 for me to take the computer to the place,
Yeah. And also, we're gonna come back next week to do Danny 1 of A Game of Thrones. We're moving on to the Targaryens next time. So come back next week. Huh?
I said Targaryen.
Yeah, Targaryens. We're moving on into to Danny and her first chapter of the first book. We're moving on into her story. So make sure everyone come back.
And I have a lot of information about her that's not in that first chapter I'd like to go over.
Shelley, you want to do your your outro rather?
Yeah, sure. I'm Shelley. I don't really do. Oh, look, Kraken came out of nowhere. I do. What?
Don, we'd like you to be a regular.
What's going on, Shelley?
We'd
I'm
like
trying to
you to
do.
be, well, not with Shelley, but with me. I would really like you to be a regular.
Jen, that's cool. I'm trying to hit on a chick over here. If you could give me 2 seconds,
sure.
Just 2 seconds,
Kraken. I'm doing the outros, bro. I'm doing the outros. You're late, dude. You're late.
I know.
Okay, well let's start the outros.
Carry on.
So I don't do videos right now, and I'm just doing some other stuff, but I do have a website. It is stupidstoner.co. So STOOPIDSTONER.co. It's just like retarded merchandise. So just buy some shit. Thank you.
Oh, I remember my stoner days.
Me next. Is everybody on here? Is everybody on here a sub on my channel?
Jen, yeah, I am as well. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Dawn. I've been a sub of your channel for years.
Oh, so have I. Well, not for years.
Well, of course. But I'm a sub to your channel
was like,
as well,
hey,
Misha.
listen here, bitch. I found you 6 months ago. Yeah, I've been subbed ever since.
And look, you know what?
Sub for you for hours.
Yeah,
you know
I've been subbed for hours.
Bran, are you a sub on my channel? And even if you don't have a channel, I'm sub to whoever I can be just as a person,
I just got my couple songs on mine.
Well, I'm sub to you. I'm more than likely. If I'm not, I'll check after this and make sure I am.
He's fucking
I'm
Bran the
always
Builder, dude. Like,
I always sub to anybody, you know, who has a Google Plus or whatever, you know.
I probably wrote a blog about it.
yeah.
Although
Bran the
he does,
Builder.
I-
he does play on his guitar and shit, and we try to get him to play more stuff, but Bran just does not play all the time, unfortunately.
Yo,
I consider all of you guys,
he's trying to lay down some tasty licks just for you.
I consider all of you guys, Bran, Kraken, Misha, definitely Shelley. I consider all y'all good friends of mine, and I'm not trying to make money or anything. It just, you know, when you have more subs, your videos pop up, you know, as you know what I mean.
Not
If you're
necessarily.
watching
It's not on a sub
lot.
base. It's about your tags in your upload and the title.
You're right. You'll have to tell me more about it.
Not your
Look, I tell you what, I'm disabled, so I don't do much. So whenever you have time to help me out a little bit on the computer, if you could do so, that'd be great.
Roger that.
Bran, would you want to do your outro?
Me? I am Bran the Builder. I blog everywhere. I write stuff on everything, and I'm found on every social media just about.
Plug Justin.
Bran the Blogger.
Yeah.
Oh, and Justin Thomas, Bran. Talk about Justin Thomas.
Oh, I would love to have him back on.
Yes, Justin Thomas. We will. He enjoyed it.
Mm-hmm.
He runs the Vocalizer Network, and I do a Song of Ice and Fire blogs for it.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. I did I just heard Misha go? Oh, I would love to have him back on. Misha, did you just say that?
Yes, and we
was
said that
Shelley?
about you.
Wait a minute.
Oh wow! Justin Thomas made a good impression, Kraken.
Who the fuck is?
I love it. I love it. Okay, Bran, are you done with your outro?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay. Don, you want to do your outro?
I don't. Well, no, I. Not after that shit. I don't know. Misha,
Well, I would love.
I'm butthurt. Shelley, I'm butthurt.
But Don, you know
Like,
you're always.
I don't know. There's somebody floating around that's captured y'all's hearts, and it's really aggravating. Yeah, I don't know who this person is.
Well, Don, you know you're always welcome. You know that. Nothing wrong. Don't be afraid.
No, you are. Like I said, we'd like you to be a permanent part of our team.
Yeah.
Well, we're on Misha's channel today. Misha, thank you for having me on. Thanks for the invite. Jen, always thanks for the invite. Sometimes I can make it done, and sometimes I can't. And Shelley, yeah, I'll talk to you later.
We'll I'm gonna, when I figure it out, I'll put your channel up on my, you know, on our sister channels.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think it's already up there, as a matter of fact. And
hey, Jen. I also have to see if I could start putting up my website when we do these streams too. Like,
sure.
Like, you know how we have like affiliate things that we do.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Okay, you guys. Well, it is late, so I'm gonna have to wrap this up. My husband's already yelled at me multiple times.
Yeah.
I love all you guys in Christ, if not as friends. And
there was numerous women that were screaming for another man that wasn't me during this stream. And it's
sorry, bud.
It's fine. It's fine.
It was great to have you tonight. Like, you're always welcome. You have an open invitation.
I'm not dwelling on it. Yeah.
No need to be jealous, honey.
No, no. Yeah, no need. Nope. Nope.
All right.
Good night, everyone, and thank you so much. Okay, I'm stopping the broadcast now. Bye bye.
And seriously though, Dawn, please help me figure out what's wrong, what I've hit that allows
Kill
me.
it.
I've obviously hit something that makes it to where I can't hear others,
Still alive.
and I've got to get that taken care of. I tell you, the only thing I can think of is that today, when I turned the computer on, it asked me if I wanted to update, and I
Amy,
did.
we could go ahead and end it.
Okay.
We're still
Good night.
live.